imagine spending 30 to 50 lakhs on your LLM degree just to realize halfway through your degree that you have chosen the wrong specialization and you aren't really enjoying the degree that you have actually chosen. So this is a very common question that I usually get from students, that which specialization should they choose, which specialization is the best, is intellectual property law better than corporate law, should they go for arbitration law, or should they choose a completely new specialization such as artificial intelligence. So if you are someone who has asked yourself any of these questions, then this video is definitely for you. So hi guys, welcome to Simply Shivika, and I am Shivika Mehra, and in today's video I will be answering this most asked question, which is that how should you choose your LLM specialization. So without any further ado, let's get started with the video. So the first point of discussion is that do not follow the crowd. So this is something that I tell most of the students, that never ever choose a specialization because some other person is picking that specialization. So maybe your friend is planning to go for a specialized branch of law. For an example, your friend is planning to go for IP law and you just go behind your friend and you also pick IP law, not realizing if you really like that field or not. So this is one of the biggest mistake that usually students make, which is that they pick a specialization which most people are picking. Maybe their friends are choosing it, or they saw someone on social media picking that specialization, or maybe that specialization sounds very cool, very prestigious, very new, very unique, or maybe they've heard that that specialization will pay them well in the times to come. But the truth is that the best specialization which you can actually pick isn't the one which is very popular, or isn't the one which most people are actually pursuing, but it is the one that aligns with your career goals. So the first thing that you really have to keep in mind before you actually pick a specialization is that you be very vigilant of the fact that you are not just picking a specialization because some other person is also carrying out that LLM degree. So if your friends are picking a particular specialization, do not just blindly go behind them. See which specialization actually aligns with your career goals. So basically, before choosing any program, one question that you can actually ask yourself is that what kind of a lawyer or what kind of a legal professional do you want to become in the times to come? Basically, you really have to see that what is your area of interest, what are your career goals, and once you have an answer to this particular question, your decision will be made. So please keep this one thing in mind, that never ever blindly follow the crowd. Next point of discussion, and a very relevant point to the previous one, is that start with your interests. So when you have so many specializations in front of you and you have to make that decision that which one should you pick, I think the first question that you should ask yourself is that what actually is your interest? Which specialization actually interests you the most? So maybe you can ask yourself some general questions like that: which subjects did you actually enjoy while you were doing your undergraduation? So basically, while you were doing your undergraduate degree, you did study a number of subjects, you did pursue a number of modules, and from that you can have a very clear idea of which modules actually interested you and which did not. So basically, try to go towards that specialization whose subjects you liked during undergraduation. The next question that you can ask yourself is that which internships actually excited you the most. So maybe if you've done like a couple of internships during your undergraduation, you can just go back in your memory lane and you can actually try to figure out that which internship, basically if you did 2 or 3 internships in different areas of law, so you can actually clearly figure out that which internship actually interested you the most, which was the internship that you actually enjoyed the most. The next question that you can definitely ask yourself is that what legal issues do you really enjoy reading about? Basically, if you're a law student, I am hoping that you will be someone who likes reading. I am hoping you will be someone who really likes to read those legal articles, those legal papers, and all those legal things basically online or offline for that matter. So try to recall or try to basically see that which articles, which law books do you actually enjoy reading. Basically, the articles that you read, which legal branch do they relate to? So basically, if you read more articles with regards to a particular branch of law, you will clearly understand that your interest lies in that LLM specialization. And lastly, you can also ask yourself that can you see yourself working every day in that particular branch of law that you are actually going to pick. So for an example, if you are going to pick intellectual property law, basically if you wish to do your degree in IP law, so please try to imagine yourself as a person who is doing a job with regards to intellectual property law each and every day. And if that thought really excites you, then I think that field is definitely for you. So try to keep this one thing in mind, that if you do not like a particular subject, basically if you never really liked a particular subject during your undergraduation, it is very unlikely that you will start liking it during your masters. So usually interests do not change of people. Usually if you like a subject, you will like it for most of the time, and if you do not like a subject, there are very little chances that you will start liking it once you do your LLM. So choose a subject or choose a specialization, choose the modules as well in that specialization which actually interest you, because if you will be interested in pursuing your LLM, you will be able to actually score very well, because you will be very intrigued to know about that field of law, because that is a field of law that really interests you, that really excites you, and that is something that you really want to know about more by each passing day. And if you have that curiosity within you, then you will be definitely able to fare well in your law degree. So this is the first point that you have to keep in your mind before you actually make your decision of selecting an LLM which you wish to pursue from a UK university. The next point of discussion, and again a very, very, very important one, is that know your career goal. So this again is very, very, very important, and this point will actually help you decide that which exactly is your specialization, which specialization is basically the right one for you. And to be able to pick the right specialization, you should be very clear of what exactly is your career goal. Your career goal should definitely influence your decision of picking the right specialization. So for an example, if you really like working in a corporate setup, you really like working with companies, you really like dealing with commercial contracts, mergers, acquisitions, or corporate advisory, then I think commercial and corporate law can definitely be your LLM specialization, which you should definitely pursue. On the other hand, if you feel that you are more inclined towards the field of trademarks, patent, copyright, industrial designs, and all these very fun elements of law, then I think you should definitely go for intellectual property law, because the field of IP law really involves a lot of creativity. And if you really want your creativity to flow, and if you are someone who is a very creative person, then I think IP law can be a choice for you. Additionally, if you really enjoy dealing in cross-border transactions, or if you're someone who feels that you will really, enjoy those, inter-country discussions where you discuss laws of different countries, then you can always go for international business law. So on and so forth. Basically, all the specializations that are in front of you, try to see that which specialization actually aligns with your career goals. How do you see as yourself post your LLM degree? What do you really want to do in your career? What kind of a lawyer or what kind of a legal professional do you want to become once you complete your degree? So basically, after you have made a decision, after you are very sure of your career goal, then pick a specialization in which you really wish to do your masters. The next, and again a very important point of discussion, is research the modules. So here's a mistake that usually students make, that they pick the university first and then they look at the modules which that particular university is offering. Do this the other way around. Look at the modules first of each university and then select the university. So instead of right away picking the university, compare the core modules, the optional modules, the dissertation opportunities, the research centers, and the faculty expertise. So each university offers the same specialization, but of course each university has a very different way of teaching and each university offers a very different set of modules. So it is very important for you to research about the modules. Always read the module descriptions before you apply. I will give you my own example. While I was shortlisting the universities, I did do a proper research, like a detailed research about the modules which were offered by various UK universities. And once I was done with my research, I was actually able to make a very informed decision that I really want to pursue my masters from QMUL, because Queen Mary University of London actually offers a very unique and very distinct modules, and I really wanted to study those modules. Now I only got to know about these modules not because I had already decided that I want to go to QMUL, but because I did a proper research of the modules offered by different universities. And once I was actually able to come up to this conclusion that Queen Mary University of London actually offers such unique modules, then I finalized the specialization and then I finalized the university. So try to check the modules of each and every specialization which are offered by each and every university, because once you have this list in front of you, once you have that comparative analysis chart in front of you, you will be able to make a very informed decision. So please keep this one thing in mind, that research about the modules which are offered under each specialization by various universities across the United Kingdom. The next point of discussion is research career opportunities. So basically, it is very important that before you pick a specialization, you look at the career opportunities that will be available for you once you complete that specialization. So, you can ask yourself these very common questions. The first one being that what careers do graduates after doing this particular LLM pursue? So basically, what careers do usually graduates pursue post they complete this particular specialization that even you wish to do? So this is the first question that you can ask yourself, and you can make a list of all those career options that usually graduates pursue. The second one that you can actually, research about, or the second question that you can actually ask yourself is that does the university have strong industry links? So basically, you can see that if you really want to get into this particular university and if you really want to do this particular specialization from this particular university, does that university have good industry links for you to be able to network with people? So see that if the university has very strong industry links. Next question, and a very important one, try to see that are there any networking events in your university? So basically, these networking events really help you connect with people who actually work in the legal sector, who are entering the legal sector, or who are actually well-established people in the legal sector. So basically, you get to interact with all kinds of people, and that gives you different perspectives in the field of law, and that really helps you to be able to build your career in an informed manner. So it is very important to see that the university that you are picking, does that university actually hold enough networking events? Because if your university actually holds a good number of networking events, then it will be very easy for you to be able to, network with people. You will be able to have that opportunity to interact with legal professionals. So try to see this one point before you pick the specialization in a particular university. The next one that you can see is that can you undertake practical projects or clinicals? So again, it is very important to see that will you actually enjoy the projects which will be conducted in a particular specialization. So basically, just see that will you actually enjoy the practical projects that take place under that specialization, in a particular university. And lastly, please do see that does this specialization align with your long-term career goals. So it is very important for you to see that are there enough opportunities post you do this particular specialization. Basically, are many doors opening for you once you do this specialization or not? So that is something that you should know before you actually pick a specialization. So do not just focus on the immediate salaries that you will get once you graduate, but try to focus on the skills that you will develop, basically the opportunities that the program will give you once you are doing that LLM specialization in a particular university. So see that from which specialization will you be able to benefit the most. See that if this particular specialization will be able to help you make a good career in the field of your choice. The next point of discussion, and a very important one in my opinion, is to consider the future trends. So all of us know that the legal profession is evolving as the world is evolving, as globalization is growing day by day, as different countries are actually coming together, markets are coming together, new laws are coming up, the young generation is becoming so aware of what is happening around them, the laws are constantly evolving, laws are changing. So there are some areas which you can actually consider for doing your LLM. Such areas can include artificial intelligence, data protection, intellectual property law, fintech, cybersecurity, sustainability. These are some of the fields of law which are actually, becoming more popular with each passing day, and, more opportunities or, more career opportunities will open for people who actually, do their specialization in this field of law. So if you are someone who really likes to study new things, or if you're someone who really likes to, know about new things, or if you really want to explore like a different field of law, then I think you can actually consider these fields of law as well, because I think, in my opinion, in the times to come, in these areas of law, the job roles will increase and the opportunities will be more, because these are new fields and these are evolving fields. And if you really do an LLM in an evolving field of law, then I think you will be one of those few people who have expertise in a particular branch of law, which many people by that time are not really aware of, or not many people have actually done their specialization in that field. So you can actually pick some of these specializations, but only if that really interests you. That is the first thing that you really have to keep in mind. But you can actually look at some of these very non-conventional branches of law if you really do not want to go in that conventional branch of law, such as corporate law, criminal law, and all those things. So if you really want to do something different, if you really want to study something different, then you can have a look at some of these new branches of law which are constantly evolving, so that you can keep up with the future trends. The next point of discussion, and a very important one, is that do not ignore the university. Never ever do that. So specialization does matter, but so does the university. So it is very important for you to pick a university which has a great name in the specialization that you really want to do. Do not really go for a university which does not have an expertise in the field of law which you wish to pursue. So maybe you can ask yourself that, does this university have experts in my chosen field? So you can ask yourself that maybe if you're picking an XYZ university, does that university have expertise in the XYZ specialization that you are planning to do? The next question that you can ask yourself is that, does it offer the modules that I want? So you can ask yourself that, am I actually getting the modules that I would really want to study during my LLM? Basically, if you're actually not able to get some of the modules that you really want to study in a particular university, then in my opinion you can just change the university. You can look for some other university which actually offers the modules of your choice under a particular specialization. Next question that you can ask yourself, and this is again a very important one, which is that, does the university organize networking events? Networking is very, very, very important. It is as crucial as pursuing your LLM degree and as crucial as successfully completing your LLM degree. So please keep this one thing in mind, that try to see from the maybe social media platforms or from the university's website, that does the university hold networking events? Because if the university holds many networking events, then it will be in your favor. You will have a great advantage and you will actually be able to have an edge over other students in the times to come. The next question that you can ask yourself is that does it have a strong alumni network? So basically, in my opinion, what you can do is you can connect with alumni on LinkedIn. Try to interact with them, try to talk to them, try to, understand what reviews do they have with regards to a particular university in which you would want to pursue your masters. And lastly, does it provide career support? Career support is very, very, very important. Most UK universities do provide that. But again, before you actually pick a particular specialization in a particular UK university, check the website of the university, check the social media handles of the university to see if that particular university provides good career support, so that you can actually build a strong career and you can actually make the best use of the facilities provided by the university. So basically, a strong specialization, the right specialization which actually interests you, which actually aligns with your career goals, along with the right university, is far more valuable than either of them alone. So basically, if you have picked the right specialization but from the wrong university, or if you have picked the right university but you're doing a wrong specialization, none of the scenarios will actually work in your favor. The best combination is the right specialization in the right university. So to be able to pick the correct specialization in the right university, please conduct a proper research. And with this, I will be discussing my 5-step formula. So basically, today I will be telling you that whenever someone asks me that how do I actually pick a specialization, these are the 5 steps that I tell them to follow. So step number 1 is to identify the subjects you genuinely enjoy. The first thing that I tell every student, just see your area of interest. Which subjects actually, interest you? What do you actually enjoy studying? Because if you enjoy studying, then you will actually be able to complete your LLM degree in the best way possible. So step number 1 is to identify the subjects you genuinely enjoy. Step number 2 is to be clear about your career goals. Very important. Just imagine yourself as someone, maybe 1 to 2 years down the line, and just imagine yourself doing a particular job in a particular branch of law. And if that thought really excites you, then I think you are clear in your mind that which specialization will you want to pick if you get, into one of the UK universities. So please keep this step number 2 in your mind, that actually see that, what exactly are your career goals. Step number 3 is to compare the modules across different universities. This is a step that I also personally followed, which was that I really compared the modules of all the possible UK universities under intellectual property law. So basically, I was doing my specialization in IP law, and I made a point that I compared the modules of each and every university. Plus, I also had a look at other specializations modules as well, so that I was very sure that I really want to go for IP law. I did not really deviate from IP law, because this research made my, decision of doing an LLM in IP law even more firm. I was even more sure of my decision only because I had done a thorough research of all the modules offered under all the specializations under all the UK universities. So this is something that you can definitely do, research and compare the modules across the UK universities. A very, very, very important step. Step number 4, and a very important one, is to research about the faculty, the research centers and the career support. Very important. Please check about the faculties online. Please go to the website. Please check the social media handles. Please talk to seniors. Please interact with people and see how is actually the faculty of a particular university. See how exactly are the research centers and how is the career support. And once you have a very fair idea of all these things, you will be able to make an informed decision. And step number 5 is to choose a specialization that fits your interests, not somebody else's. So basically, do not follow the crowd. Never ever pick a specialization just because your friend is picking that specialization. This is a very, very, very common, thing that I hear from students, that I picked up this specialization because my friend was doing this specialization, and so I thought that I should also do this specialization along with my friend. And this is a big, big, big mistake that you will make for your career. So never ever do this mistake. Try to pick the specialization that really interests you and not somebody else. And with this, we come towards the end of the video. I really hope that you found this video useful. I would really request you to please keep all these things in your mind before you pick the specialization of your choice and before you actually go to the UK to pursue your LLM degree. In case you have any other doubt, or in case you have any confusion with regards to picking your specialization, you can actually message me on this particular number, and I will actually provide you with a detailed session which will help you decide better that which specialization is the best one for you. You can drop a text on this particular number and I will be there to help you. Additionally, I just want to mention that I have already posted a lot of videos on my UK experience, so please watch those videos as well. From those videos, you will have a very fair idea of how your life will be if you go to the UK to pursue your LLM. Additionally, I also regularly post law videos in which I explain law concepts in the easiest way possible. So in case you haven't watched those videos, you can watch those as well. You will find the link in the description down below and also in the pinned comment. So please do watch those videos. Also, if you want me to make a specialized video on a particular topic, you can let me know in the comments down below and I will definitely film a video on that topic in which you have a doubt. So you can let me know all those topics in the comments down below and I will definitely take them into consideration. Till then, please watch all my legal videos. Please like, share, comment and subscribe, and stay tuned for many more legal videos which are coming your way, and please take care of yourselves. Bye bye.